Hello everyone, and for the first on my channel here, I'm gonna do a Q&A pretty much, and I'm just pretty much just made a list of 15 questions that I personally wanted to respond to. These were not really requested by anyone. These were off comments or anything. These were questions I wanted to particularly respond to, so you can get the gist of of me on my channel, or so you can get a bit better of an insight of me, so you can get some, I won't say generic, but I would say some pretty noticeable type of questions in here, like color, movies, and books and novels and video games, all that great type of stuff. And I compressed it into probably about 15 questions here I wrote down on this piece of paper. So, let's get started basically. First question, favorite color? For me, my favorite color is a deep synthetic red. I love darker colors. To me, is like an awesome color. And it's kind of like the color that you would see right in here. Like, it's like a normal type of red, but a bit more of a darker turn for it. And I love darker colors. Question number 2. Which film got me into film? The better word of that. Which film truly got me into film, in my opinion, is this film right here. If you don't know this film, pause this video, search up on Google, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, find it, and watch it. If you haven't seen it, just seriously watch it. And I own both theatrical. This is a theatrical version. And I also own the extended version cut of it, and I remember seeing this for the first time when I was 10 years old on my birthday, and I was blown out of my head. I was blown out of my skull by the film. I love the characters, I love this animation, I love the CG, I love the story. It's so realistic and yet so fantasized that I just can't help but love it. And it truly, at the time, I'm just like, alright, that's it. I love film on a whole new level here. Like, as a kid, I watched a lot of animated films. I watched a lot of films, but that to me was like the moment when I'm just like, okay, I realized film is now a passion for me because of Fellowship of the Ring. For me in particular. Number 3, favorite TV show. For me, this generally counts for anything, excluding documentaries. That's a different list. But TV shows for me, my favorite TV show of all time is America's Funniest Home Videos. To me, that's just a TV show I can watch whatever time of day, whatever type of mood I'm in, and I will always laugh at it. That's that type of show that I can just watch over and over again. I can never get tired of it. It's my all-time favorite TV show, no doubt. It seriously is. Question number 4, Coke or Pepsi? I prefer Coke. It's a bit more of a stronger taste, and it really sticks out, aside from all the other heavier type of pops, like Dr. Pepper, root beer, and Pepsi. Which are, in my opinion, those are like the heavy, I would say the darker flavored pops, where everything else is like 7-Up and Sprite and Fresca are like the lighter type of pops. For me, Coke is just the heavier, and it's a bit more of a stronger and notable taste to it. It's like a taste that I can recall tasting. It's like, where if I taste Pepsi, I hate to say this, it tastes a bit generic. It's like it's sweet, but a lot of the other types of pops are sweet too. But Coke for me is just a bit more of a noticeable and a bit more of a flavorful drink. Number 5, favorite band. For me, that's the Beatles. Seriously, they're the best band ever for good reasons. The music, they care, to the suits they wore, to who they were, to the personas that they've done. Beatles, I fucking love them. Forever a fan. Till the day I die, I'm a Beatles fan at heart. Number 6, favorite movie character. For me, my favorite movie character is definitely Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. He just has this larger than life persona to him, and he's just so stern faced. So expression, stone faced. He's just so clear, and he stands tall, very very firm, and and Gregory Peck is just a phenomenal actor, and he plays that shit out of the character. There's a reason why AFI has that as the #1 greatest movie character of all time, and I do agree with that. Number 7, the most recent movie I've just watched. Right now I'm watching Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Two Towers. I'm sorry, I'm currently watching The Two Towers. I like to watch all those movies back to back. It's just awesome. Number 8. This is a bit of a sensitive question. How do I deal with negativity on the internet? My approach to this is very much different than anyone else's. My opinion is this. No matter how clear they may be, above all things, don't give them any recognition. Because above all things, that's something that will drag you down. That is something that may give you a bad reputation, depending on how you react to it. So above all things, my view/approach to negativity on the internet is this. Do not respond to it. Because above all things, if it's just like what you think are trolls or haters sound out here, they are not. They are probably just people who are disagreeing with you for certain reasons, and you're just generalizing them, which is by definition not right to do, because you shouldn't generalize people. Oh, like, if they disagree with you, it's like, oh, you're a hater, oh, you're just a troll. No, they probably do have a legitimate problem that they have with you, and they have a right to express it. So above all things, you should either, well, the big thing here I want to say about the negativity is, above all things, is that if you are going to talk about negativity on the internet, show yourself in a different light. Don't show yourself, I wouldn't say ranting out, but I would say, like, if you attack back at them, don't do that, because A, that makes you look worse, and B, it shows it shows it gets to the person. Therefore, you care for what other people think of the film. Okay, that came out quite weird, but I'm just saying, with negativity on the internet, I'm just saying, you gotta represent yourself in a positive light. You gotta represent yourself as someone who's better than these people who are just, in your view, either spouting nonsense, or B, bringing up legitimate problems that they have with this certain thing. So therefore, if there's someone who disagrees with you on the internet, just above all things, have an open mind towards them. Don't just automatically assume they're a troll or a hater, okay? Do not let that fame get to your head. Number 9. Has a review of mine that I have reviewed on my channel here has my opinion on change on it. Yes, the film that I have changed my opinion on is Edge of Tomorrow. I think I get this film a 74 or 76%. On my review of it, my opinion now is actually kind of lowered, because I become a bit more critical of it. Like, wait, that doesn't add up, and I think the timings of certain things are way off. The ending is, in my opinion, really not that great. It's like, now I will give that film, in my opinion, probably a 65, 68%. Like, now I just think it's decent. What I thought before, it was pretty good. I just now think it's decent. I personally wouldn't buy, like, if it came on DVD, I personally wouldn't get it. That's just my opinion, okay? Alright. Number 10. Least favorite movie. Jason Feinberg movies. Just disrespectful films, and they disrespect, and they just clearly take a shit on films that are clearly better, and the films they rip off were clearly much better films. It's like sometimes some of these movies will make fun of Harry Potter or Spider-Man or Superman. It's like, why would you? I understand the freedom to do that if you want, but if your material is gonna be worse than those, then shame on you, because you are also doing something wrong. So, based off of that alone, in my opinion, Jason Fernberg and his films can go to hell, because they are disgraceful and they are disrespectful towards other films that they have ripped off, because they are worse than what they're ripping off, and that is the number one thing you shouldn't do, or at least be self-aware, because they're clearly terrible, and there's good reasons why those films have gotten such negative criticisms. You know, those bashiness and all those like superhero movie and all those type of parody movies or superhero films and all those type of films, all the negativity they get, all the bashings they get, all those horrible reviews they get, these films deserve them. They are just terrible, disgraceful films that should be wiped off the face of the earth. I know that sounds very, very biased and very, very negative, but you know what? Those films really rub me the wrong way. Number 12. Number 11. Favorite movie? Lord of the Rings. Just all of them. I love all the Lord of the Rings movies. And the first two, I love them to death. I can watch them back to back to back. And I can even watch all the behind the stuff. Everything to me just is like, when I watch Lord of the Rings, I'm just like, there will never be, and never, never, ever, ever be anything close that I could say was the most effort put into, the most love, the most compassion, the most effort, the most heart, the most loyalness to a film I've ever seen. And to me, I will never see a better film. There's always a sense that, like, I will see whatever movie I want, but I will say this of a film, of a very clear, like, philosophical view on film, in my opinion, is that I will only see films I want to see. So whatever films I do see, and I give them bad reviews on my account here, those films in my mind, I originally had a tendency to see them before. Like, a good example is probably Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Like I said before, the first three, the fourth was disappointing, and this one was disappointing. And the thing is that, I'm sorry I got so distracted, but I just thought I said that. Number 12. What book do I want to see made into a film? For me, a book I would want to see made into a film is Miyamoto Musashi's The Book of Five Rings. I've heard of that book. I haven't read it. I have not read it, but I've heard of that book, and I've heard wonderful things about that book. It's a very, very old book, and I would love to see that book that's made into a film, and the person in particular who I'd like to see that made by is director Bong Joon-ho, who has directed Snowpiercer, which I have reviewed. And he's also directed another film called The Host, which is a very, very underrated horror movie that I really, really like a lot. And I think, personally, that's just a book I would love to see in film. Number 13. Favorite individual video game. By individual, I mean, like, it can be part of a franchise, but it needs to be one particular video game that sticks out among the rest. And these two are my favorites, but I've had to choose either one or the other. And these are Grand Theft Auto 4 and Lego Star Wars. But if I had to choose one of these two, I would slightly choose Lego Star Wars because of the free play and the different variations all around. With Grand Theft Auto, it's like a free play video game, but you're still restricted to these certain elements. Within Star Wars, you can choose settings. You can choose which movie you want to go into. Either episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's a huge, bigger variety, and there's also the sense of this film that says screw logic. We're doing whatever we want, and it's just a fun, laid-back video game. I can play it whenever I want. This is my favorite individual video game, even though I do have an all-time favorite video game side, which is a whole video game series. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of copped out on that. Number 14, which kind of leads into this next question. What video game would I like to see made into a movie? For that, I would like to see the Gears of War franchise made into a movie. In my opinion, that's my all-time favorite video game series, because I also love these characters and the certain arcs they go through, and I like to see the effects, and I like to see what can be done through the CGI effects and the practical effects and the characters portrayed within film. And there's like very famous actors who could portray characters like Baird or Cole or Dom or even Marcus. Like, those are the four main characters, and I would love to see those type of characters brought to the silver screen. Like, I would certainly buy tickets if they made that into a film. Seriously, I would love to see that. That'd be awesome. And my last and final question is for novel and or book. Now there's a difference between them, because novel is chronological, book could be anything. My favorite novel will be The Hobbit, and my favorite book will be the Guinness World Record book franchises. Like, I love those. I have 2009, 10, 11, and 12, and 13. And 14, I believe it. I believe it. 2014. I love all those visual. Let me talk about my favorite novel first, and that is, I love The Hobbit because it's just a childhood classic. I didn't read it when I was a kid, but it's considered like a universal book where so many people love, and I clearly understand the praise. I read it several years ago, and I reread it in 2012. I really love it. I love the exploration through it. I love the story. I love the character story. It's very character driven. It's very motivative and dedicated to the story. Like, they're retaking this mountain that personally belongs to them from the evil dragon. It's just, to me, that is the most classic of all. There's just a certain feeling when I think about the story. I'm just like, that sounds so fun, and I'd love to see that happen. And it's one of the best books of all time for a reason. It truly is. And talking about my favorite book of Guinness World Record books, I just love seeing these certain records explored and broken, and it's kind of been like a dream of mine to have my own, but I've always been a bit not that motivated. That's probably because I give up so much, and I shouldn't. But that's my favorite all-time book. I just love seeing all these unique and very odd type of records being broken, and every year someone doing it better than the previous person. It's just so much fun to watch. From from both like records of scientific awards to film to even inventions. Like, it's just fascinating reading them. They're phenomenal. If I'm going camping or if I'm going to someone's house for a while, I may want to bring a certain type of books. Like, those are books that I would love to read at any time of the day. And everyone, thank you for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. And you can click that little annotation down below to say subscribe, thumbs up, or even like if you want. If you like the video or not. If you don't, well then too bad. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, stay strong. See ya.